and today I have with me an exceptional individual that goes out into the community to help change and shift the culture. With me today, I have the amazing Andrew Fuller.
Love.
Welcome to Honestly Speaking, Andrew.
It's great to be here, Trina, man. I mean that.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I feel privileged. I feel honoured because you don't do sit downs and talks.
I've done one with my sister, and that's my sister. So you know what, go on for that, man. And then you know everyone else, I love their work, but with me, it's about alignment and timing and vision. So I don't just jump from chair to chair, man, just to get my voice out. You know, but you know, when you shout at me, I gave you a thorough breakdown as to why I was gonna come and, you know, represent and do whatever I could to propel your vision, man, literally.
Thank you so much. I feel blessed.
Yeah, man.
The response was like, you didn't know, but I was oh my God.
Yeah, man.
So I love what you're doing. For the benefit of some of the audience, could you tell me what it is that you do?
Yeah.
And then we'll work backwards from there.
All right. So like Trina said, my name is Andrew Fuller. What I do is a lot of hats, but I'll just start with the one that I think you can grab for now. So I'm a trauma-informed specialist. So I go around teaching, training, upskilling educational bodies, educational institutions, especially senior leadership teams. And we help them to, like, basically, we teach staff how to pattern children the way they're supposed to be patterned, not just excluding them, isolating them, segregating them. So we teach them how to look behind the behavior, understand the root cause, and work there. When you work there, the behavior manages itself. That's it. So trauma-informed specialist, behavior management consultant. Those are the two terms. Yeah.
And your company is Hood Lessons.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Founder of Hood Lessons.
Yes.
People get scared and they get a bit, here we go again, the hood. It's nothing to do with the hood. Hood Lessons is a play on words where we go into schools again and we do behavior interventions for girls and boys, where we teach childhood, brotherhood, sisterhood, motherhood, fatherhood, adulthood. So we teach the holistic process of a human being. Children nowadays are doing a mad thing, Trina. You know this, because they're being forced to become adults before their time. So we have to go into the schools, show these little bad boys, you're not bad boys, you're just broken young boys. You haven't been heard, you haven't been seen, so you're in survival mode. So you're tough and you're rough. So childhood series is just teaching them it's okay to be a child. It's okay to do maths and English and not stab up the thing and shoot up the thing. Focus on watching a little TV program. You don't have to be outside, and that's our childhood. Then we get to adulthood. So we teach adulthood before they're adults. That's the problem. So Hood Lessons is behavior interventions to better our community, literally. Yeah, prepare them.
And that resonates with me. That's part of the reason I started Honestly Speaking. I wanted to shift culture in our community. And that was the idea behind it. So I wanted to bring people on and have these honest conversations so that people know there's other routes.
That's right. That's right.
There's not just the one, let's be a bad boy, let's be a bad gal. Actually, we can actually do different things. And if we address the trauma, seek counselling, therapy, or just role models like yourself, we can actually shift. Of course. So that really resonates with me.
Yeah, man.
But I want to go back, back. How was your childhood?
All right. And this is where it gets techie, Trina, man, because I'll be real with you. What you're all doing is you've asked the question that people ask all the time. What school did you go to? This and that. And they're just looking for pockets of entertaining narratives.
No, we're not trying to do that.
That's nothing to do with my story, but there is some entertaining narratives. But there is a big pain behind my narrative. And that big pain, Trina, was this, right? My dad came to England at the age of 16. My dad grew up in Jamaica. He was a big guy in Jamaica, in his parish. My family name's known out there in my parish. So his mum's in England. His dad's nowhere to be seen. So he ain't got a mum. He comes to England at 16 and he realizes his family in England. He's thinking, I'm going to meet... I was in Jamaica, I'm coming to England to meet my family.
Yeah, open arms, all of that.
My dad literally was shown and told, forget the telling, it's the showing. You're not a part of us.
Wow.
That's it. Remember this, he's got to carry that. So I'm already letting you know, Trina, I'm not even blaming my dad because I've gone through that already.
Yeah.
The whole ban my dad, hate my dad, licks, beating. I'm just getting straight to the, straight to the gauntlet. My dad was broken, not by reason of himself. He came to England for his family. They broke him up again. Then he said, you know what, maybe let me get my own family. He got 5 boys, 1 girl. Tried his best, Trina, but nobody gave him childhood lessons or brotherhood lessons or fatherhood lessons or adulthood lessons. So he tried his best, but it didn't pan out. I've got 4 older brothers, Trina, right? And I've seen them do the same things growing up. I'm like, raw, discipline let's be real, in a okay house is go to your room, come on, Trina, man.
Yeah.
Put your iPad down. In my home,
No,
Trina, it was the Django thing, Trina, man. Trina,
seriously,
it was the Django thing. It was the Kunta Kinte thing.
No, not the Kunta Kinte.
Roots thing.
No, not Roots.
Like, man's getting licks like man's dad is a slave owner.
No way.
And man are the slaves. We had that, Trina. Forget the gimmicks, like real talk, Trina, yeah? Man's licks weren't jokes. It wasn't like just a couple belts. It was proper lashing, holding, abuse, call it like it is.
Wells and such on your skin. Yeah,
every day, all the time. Yeah. So that anger is pent up, Trina. All of that. And all of my brothers went through the same thing. We all had our vices, our go-tos, our crimes, our they call them, addictions, whatever it is. And we all found our
coping mechanisms.
That's it.
Yeah.
Our support systems. And that was my childhood, seeing anarchy, Trina. Man, seeing anarchy, like, I love you. Where? What do you mean, I love you? Oh, did you have a good day? No. Oh, good night, son. No. We were taught that anarchy and turmoil is just home.
It's normal.
Trina. It's just normal.
Yeah.
So when I say we're not bad boys, I don't believe in gangsters, Trina. What do you mean you're a gangster? You've gone through some stuff and you're hardened and you've coupled up and joined up with other brothers that are going through the same thing, and you're just outside doing badness. So that was my childhood. Home was turmoil. Mum was upset bare times. Dad was always angry, miserable, moaning, cussing, late home from school. Listen, I had a day. I came home from my school in Tottenham, and there was brothers from a school, not gonna name the school for Passa, but it was local.
Yeah.
And they were pressuring brothers from my school. I'm one of the main guys in my school, so we're stepping up. Stepping up means you're gonna come home late, Trina. You got to
you can't come out. You can't come.
So I come home at 10 o'clock, Trina,
No, you're gone too far.
Do you know that I'm so shook to come home that I punched my lip to bust my own lip, not to get bust by my dad?
No.
And I'm trying to tell people, like, when I'm having a fight or if I'm having a little scuff, it's not that, bro, Andrew goes wild, it's nothing, don't give me props. The anger meter is very high.
It's on 10,
but
it's overflowing.
I can't fight my dad, never. So I've got all of this anger. I'm going in my room, closing the door. So if you try to come to my thing, bro, it's a long day for you because you're going home watching Horrid Henry, bro. You're going home watching Berners Watch. You're having a whale of a time at home. I'm not. I'm going home. When I hear my dad's van pull up, man's scurrying to my room, petrified. That's it. When dad leaves the home,
you can breathe.
Yeah, man. So that's childhood done, Trina. Literally. That's my childhood.
That's crazy.
Literally. Yeah.
It makes sense now why you would create your company.
That's it.
Hood Lessons.
That's it.
Because you had all this trauma.
Yep.
And a lot of it was internalized until you had like situations you were able to release, but you still had to deal with that.
100%.
So how did you, because you're quite cool.
Yeah.
You're calm.
I try to
You're
be,
out
man.
here.
Yeah.
Helping others.
Yes.
How did you go from having all this trauma boiling up inside you to kind of now being very calm?
Yeah.
What did you do?
It broke me first.
Right.
So the trauma broke me. Year 11, left school, no GCSEs. That was the first break.
Wow.
My dad used to come to the school. He's a gas engineer, big gas engineer, very well known around everywhere. I got brothers to this day that will call me and say, yo, Fuller. And they're from East. I see your pops. He's wrote, watch this, Trina, Top Boy episode.
Yeah.
And I'll send it to you after. Last season, Top Boy episode when Deshane's with Sully in the calf.
Yeah.
I promise you, Trina, my dad's van drives past.
No way.
And you can see Carlton A. Fuller right in the background. So he's popular. So I didn't get it Dad's coming into school every minute. Things like that. Don't care though, Trina. I got to the point where year 11, Trina, you know, I'm not even shook of the beats no more. The beats don't affect me. This is why people think that beats work. Beats don't work. It drives and instills fear. Once the fear don't work, once like, you know, you've seen the sleigh shows. You're whipping the black brother and he's shook at first. Then he starts going mad.
He revolts.
He says, no,
you're not doing me today.
Go and beat me. Once that happens, Trina, you have no more ammo to regulate the child. So my dad only used fear to regulate us. It didn't regulate us. It just got us shook until we realized we're jumping over the fence. We're not going to pattern this no more. We're not going to abide by these rules. So my dad realized his power has gone. Once I clocked on that I can come home at 2 a.m. and he ain't saying nothing no more, Trina. Hey, Trina, now I'm just doing the same things I was doing before, but with no anxiety. Because I don't got to worry about the passer no more. And then that's when things got techie. Don't like talking about it too much, but my older brother, he got stabbed severely, survived. But the surviving was a miraculous, Gina, hear me carefully. I don't care about who don't believe in God or who doesn't or who don't. I'm saying for me, after what I saw and what the doctor said and how he recovered, that was the day, Trina, that I said, I could never do the roads. I am blessed because watch this, I'm blessed and I'm a leader and I'm not begging a leader. I am telling you, Trina, I am called to lead my people in my vicinity away from these things. I'm not asking that. I know that's my calling. Let me tell you why, Trina, because I was grabbed, saved away from badness at the most crucial time in my generation. The time when everyone got their name, the time when every gang was formed, the time when people were starting to like become who they were going to be on the roads. Trina, I'm telling you, 2004 for my generation, like 35, 36, 37, that was the age. That was the age that everyone that I knew was a little neat. I'm going to say it like it is. I'm not naming them, obviously. I saw people that, bro, you're not nobody. The next college year, okay, Mr. Bigger, they call you now. Mr. Killer, they call you. I make up names. Mr. One Shot, they call you now. But bro, you were asking me to back your thing in year 9 and year 10, but now you found your voice. Trina, I'm not asking, I'm telling, and it's not to glamorize. I know for a fact, if I stayed outside, I'd be dead or in prison. That's a fact. I'm not asking that. I know based on the fact that who's outside now in my batch, that's what I'm going to say. Who's outside now in my batch, based on the trajectory of who was getting there first, they weren't before me. So I was tipped to be a guy that was going to take on a gang or start a gang. I'm not trying to be like, look at me, guys, I was going to start a gang. I'm not saying it for that. I'm saying it that to show I jumped out before I even had one story, Trina, to say, we went on a move, bust a gun, and then it jammed, and then I said no to the roads. Phone theft, licking man down, just punch up, fisting up, man. School versus school. That was my little stint on road.
And that was it.
Then that was it.
Yeah, you
and
knew
then
it
I came off, Trina, there's known people that we both know, easily accessible to jump in these sets. No. 16 to 18, I turned away from the roads. And in that gap of 16 to 18, I came off, I started to just realize, I don't know my calling yet, Trina, but I know that it's not the roads. That weren't that, yeah. It's not that. A lot of men don't have to stop doing this. I'm going to stay on the roads because I don't have anything else. No, there's no man's land. No man's land is not always bad. No man's land, there's no bread. There's no dreams fulfilling there, but at least you're not in the firing line.
Yeah.
A lot of men are saying, I'm going to stay on the roads because
I'm going to make this, I'm going to do this.
Come off and just be broke for a bit. Yeah. It's okay.
It's okay.
But man, they're not willing to be broke.
Yeah.
I had to realize that my rep was diminishing, but I was okay with that because the brothers outside, I didn't really rate them anyway like that. I saw them as my brothers, not my gangster friends. Like, so the gangsters that people are like, oh, do you know him? I always see my OGs and my brothers that are on road as my brothers because I see them as friends, not as toy soldiers or boy soldiers. These men are not just soldiers. They're brothers and they're sisters. So I was never really pulled in like that. Never followed Trina. Not one day I've said, oh, the man am I going there? Never ever. I am the one that used to say, yo, there was a girls' school one day. I'll give you a mad joke, Trina, right? There was a girls' school, Hornsey Girls' School. I'm going to call the name this time, right? See, he's laughing in the back. He's laughing already. There was a sports awards. You might even remember this. There was a sports awards, right? Where we went to the Hornsey Girls' School and the girls from Hornsey, they were not the chefs. They were the waiters. Yes.
Okay.
Safeguarding's gone mad.
What's going on here?
But Trina, imagine like, this is peak time. You know, we've experienced puberty, we've arrived. Adrenaline and dopamine is all over the place. We're just trying to get one thing. Let's not sweet up, Trina. There's no, so how you doing? You know, what's your favorite color? No, you must know straight. Come on.
This is Trina, what I want.
There was like 15 girls just giving out canapes. Like, Trina, I got on my phone here. No, they were like, we're from South, Trina.
Called the man
them. It's Sunday. Just trust me, guys.
Just pull up.
Just pull up. Trina, I promise you, yeah. They pulled up, I swear, in like half an hour. They're all at it. Oh, they're with me. Don't worry. Come in. Safeguarding again, by the way.
That's the leadership he was on.
Yeah.
That's the leadership.
Yeah, there you go. They just let them in. Trina, the next day, free yard. Every waitress was in the yard.
No
I'm
way.
just saying that to say, Trina, yeah. That was like from year 10, year 11 days. Like, we weren't on school. I didn't have time for school, Trina, because home, remember, anarchy. I can't have fun at home. I can't be seen at home. So when I come to school, Trina, I'm going to be seen at school.
All day.
My powers up, they're telling me I'm funny. So, man, forget maths. No one's got time for maths and English. Class clown. Don't get mad at the class clown. Don't get mad at the class clown, Trina. They are being seen for the first time. Mum and dad ain't seeing them. So when they come to school and you're like, they're jesters now, they're gonna sacrifice maths, man. They're not on schoolwork.
They want to be seen.
They want to be seen. Trina, I just wanted to be seen. Latest, you know how it goes, latest trainers, biggest phone, got money in your pocket. And then when the people start liking it, the girls start liking it, I wasn't saying no to that, no. I wasn't saying no to that.
To do it.
So no GCSEs, cool. What do you mean, no GCSEs? Cool, mad transaction though, Trina. You get me? So left school, no GCSEs. Mad, there's a few things that I'm not even going to say here, Trina, but just know things happen that cause me to just say to myself, the roads aren't it. I am privileged, Trina, that I can say that, man. Like, I've lost a lot of people, right? Prison and to the grave. But I can say, I'm blessed. It's not my power, Trina, to be like, oh, I was smart to just dodge. I didn't dodge the roads. I was blessed to get put in a situation that taught me a lesson. This ain't for you. That's it.
And that was, would you say that was when your brother?
That was when he got stabbed.
Yeah.
And then, remember this, Trina, I got a lot of people older than me, cousins, brethren from roads, that they've always said to me, get your backside back in the house.
They knew your potential.
Play football.
Do you know what? I like that about when I was growing up. Back in the day, elders used to tell you to stay off the road.
They did.
And I mean, I'm not overly connected to the roads now.
Yeah.
I mentor, I pass through.
Of course.
But I find that that's not happening as much now. Like, you don't get in pockets, You don't get everyone on the block saying, no, you go to school, don't stay out here. Because now we're grooming a little bit sometimes, not as a whole community, but in pockets again. We're sending kids to do things because, you know, there's loopholes or whatever it is. Yeah, it's beneficial. But I love that about the time that yourself and I grew up. When they saw potential in you, they would say, this is not for you.
And these were the bangiest bangers.
Yeah.
It wasn't the ones that couldn't be on the road. No. So they're like, well, like, I couldn't cope on the road, so come with me. No, these are the guys that are actually bringing other youths with them.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they're saying, for me, don't jump on this. Period. Literally.
I'm loving that. There's so much in that already.
Yeah, man.
There's so much in that already. So we've talked about your pivotal moment that's kept you off the road. So you're now in this, you said 16, 17 space, and you're kind of like in no man's land. You're not choosing road, but you're not sure what the next step is.
That's it.
How do you get to this next step? What do you do next?
Now, this is a big one, Trina, right? I grew up in the church from young. Like a lot of us did, but I can say honestly, Trina, I'm going to pull it out there. People might not like it, Trina. The church ain't built for my generation.
Right.
It's very old school, very traditional. I love what they do. Our parents came over from Jamaica, the Caribbean, Africa. They needed their religious space. It was for them.
They needed a safe haven.
That is it.
Yeah.
They forced us to be there, but it wasn't man's home.
Right.
After my brother had his incident, I went back into the church.
Right.
And I realized I'm going to try and do spirituality, not the church way, but most high way.
Right.
And the truth of the matter is, Trina, we were doing so much. So like, you see, when you see people like hope dealers and SPAC, Trina, I'm saying it for the camera because they can just do their research. We set that first.
Right.
Any youth evangelism, youth ministry that was having access to the roads and not being seen. So you see how Christians are always known as, these are just sneaky guys. Not when we were doing it. Right. Because we weren't going there with badness, but we were just going there with love and compassion and letting them know that we are from where you're from.
And so integrity and authenticity.
That's it.
They
so we did
it.
that first. I'm saying that facts in the UK.
You did that
where
first.
We had a big organization where we were going to different areas doing like, programs on the street, Trina. You can YouTube that. You can YouTube that, right? Where there's 50 people coming, 100 people coming. That's why when I did that event in Brixton, when young man, God rest his soul,
R.I.P.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's why it was so easy for me to galvanize the community because we've been doing that from 2011, 2012. So,
and what did you call that at the time?
So that was called The Preaching Place.
The Preaching Place.
And that name was simply trying to, same again, we like play on words. We know preaching church, but people always see it as us preaching again. But when they see what we're saying though, so we did things like this, Trina, right? We did like a 12-part series of every member in the organization, right? In the charity, they told their story. And then we got the cameraman to record it, threw it out there, Trina. Trina, listen, we got phone call from Bermuda, from America, from Kenya. Come over to our country to help our young people.
To minister over there.
We did that. And it was nothing to do with going to school to get your doctorate, get your bishop paper. None of us were pastors. It wasn't about like, you got to take this off, you got to not wear this. That's why, Trina.
You met people where they were.
That's it. And we didn't try and say, well, you're not really dressing the way that Trina, any church that's like that, drop me out. Anything that's spiritual where people are trying to, cliques and man are coming to church and there's gossip and there's pastor and there's arguing. So we said, we got to create a system that young people can have a relationship with their God and not feel pressured to take off this and take off that. Just meet God where he is and let him do what he has to do with you. But I didn't leave that, Trina. But
I'm sorry,
kinda
I
did.
just love what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Because I remember going to church when I was growing up, and this is not my story. But I felt the same, like, oh my God, like we're just there, just preaching, you're just this, that, and the third. And I feel like I kind of lost my way a bit. Obviously, I've moved back.
Yeah.
I felt like at that time, I felt like you needed to meet me where I was.
That's it, man.
And so when you say that, I can see why people would flock.
That's it.
Flock to you.
That's it.
Because you're meeting them where they are, and also because it's supposed to be non-judgmental.
It is supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be. But we see that it's not. So for you to do that, that is so
That's it.
refreshing.
Yeah, man.
And that's why I think people probably drew to you, because it is authentic, it's real, and they can feel it. I can feel it when you're talking. Like, man. I just don't even want to ask questions. I just want to sit here and listen.
Yeah. So that was it, Trina. I didn't leave God, but the church system, I don't connect myself to the system, because once you connect yourself to the system, without even speaking, by default, people will start seeing you as system. Does that make sense? So like, I work in all schools, all local authorities with the big directors, but I'm hood lessons. See it, you know?
But you sharp up when you go there. I've seen you sharp up. You meet them where you need to meet them.
Speak like all of that. And it's not being, you're washed, never
No.
That. We are elite in our diction. Our lexicon is big. We know words. We read books. So it's not that, when you see, prim and proper. No, I'm the exact same. I just slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
When I'm with you, Trina, there's passion.
Yeah, I love
It's not even about changing. Once you get them in that sweet spot where they respect you, you can be yourself.
100%.
So like, when everyone's like, oh, when you get corporate, you got to put on, no, you don't. When you're trying to beg corporate, when you're trying to be seen by them, you got to put on this and that. But once they realize, wait a minute, this guy knows what he's saying. We respect him as an equal. You can be yourself, Trina. I've gone to trainings, Trina, right, where I've taught SLT members, and I'm wearing a tech fleece.
For audience members, senior leadership team is SLT.
That's right. So imagine that, Trina. I'm doing training for staff that are getting mad at kids wearing tech fleece. I'm pulling up to train them with tech fleece to prove a point, to let them know it's not my clothes that determines my intelligence. So you're now gonna take notes from me wearing
the tech fleece. Yes.
Own that. And I do them things like that. I walk in wearing a trackie because they're gonna know, you're gonna know, all of you judge me. When I open my mouth, humble yourself. That's it. And I want young people to know, all I want, Trina, is for young people to choose the roles because they want to choose it.
Yeah.
Don't miss that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't mind if a young person says, guess what? I want badness. Cool. Do badness, man. Because you made your choice, Trina.
Yeah.
But I'm saying most of these young bucks, Trina, are not like yesterday. It's not like your day or my day where man kind of dabbled and thought, this is just the community. My block is not like blocks now. My estate was a popping estate. It was not like these areas now where it's not popping like back in the day, Trina, where you summer water fight and run outs. And it's not like
I feel
that,
sad
Trina.
for them.
So why are they on road? Don't think about it. Why are they on road?
Yeah.
We had the blocks. We had like, come on now, Trina, like, mama took, get your backside inside. You know, she walked past and she see you with the oldest.
Come on. My nanny used to come and
now,
get
Trina.
me.
So why are they on road? I'll tell you why they're on road. Because it's not about community. It was about that in our day, you know.
It was.
The gangs, all the bad gangs, they all started out as just brothers them on the road playing ball, you know.
Yeah.
Run outs and then they realised, raw, I need to make a bit more money.
Yeah.
What can we do? Start robbing. Bookies. Bank. Do you know how much brothers I've seen from Brixton, Battersea, growing up, I'm playing in my pen and I've seen them just cut through the park with the cash box or it's just normal.
Very normal.
That's just from the shop.
Very normal.
I'm not saying they're right, Trina, but they're not doing the Mazza, Trina, man. It's not like, they're not going around killing it, you know, Trina.
No.
You know?
That didn't
they
were
come
just
yet.
trying to make money
That's
at the time.
Which I'm not saying is right, but I understand it. And that's why I'm saying, Trina, for me, I looked at my brothers, my older cousins, my older brothers on the ends, and I was like clocking back saying, I see you man out there, man. I don't know. I was oohing and ahhing. Then my brother when I saw him, Trina.
You were in an ahhing no more.
Bro, he's better than me, Trina.
This is not for me.
Trina, he's better. I'm trying to be him. So when I saw him, I said, nah. And then one of my brethren got sent down for 10 at 17.
10.
And he, not even to go into that, but that's when I said, that doubled down. Where I said, if I was thinking to go back, that doubled me down. Then I realized, you know what, Trina, when you come out the maze, how dare you not go back and help people out the maze? How dare you come off the roads and think to yourself, I'm off the roads, I'm safe and sound. You got to try your hardest to at least try and get someone.
1 or 2.
Even that's it, man.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Trina, that's man's calling. It's not an art skin thing. Like, I've never been like, oh, what's my calling? I've always known from a young age that man's a leader, like I said. I wear it's not a bragging thing, Trina, man. I clocked on from year 7, year 8. I wear these trainers today, the next week, everyone's got the trainer. I put on the coat. I clocked on that. Trina, we teach that in school, you know. This is how the role dynamic starts. It's from school days where you look at the Niki brothers, they just spaz out because they always got bullied. Wait till they buck up with some bad youths on the road. They're gonna remember. Do you know, I got a youth I work with right now. He was a little Neek in school. Trina, I got a phone call last week. He is the Debo of the ends.
Not Debo.
Yeah. He's the Debo of the ends. You know why? Because in school, they used to pressure him.
Yeah.
They used to make him go and steal from JD. They used to make him go and steal food.
Sent him out.
And then the police come and chase him. They duck out. They're on the bus, taking off his clothes and, recording it.
No way.
I warned them. I said, you see you, man, just wait till he realizes, it's all a long day. So we teach young people, do school. Use school for school. Use school for school. It's not a fashion show. It's not who's the baddest. It's for maths and English. You're all needy.
Social skills as well.
That's it.
Yeah, social skills as well. There's so much lessons.
Yeah, man.
Loads of lessons. So, okay, so you've pivoted. We've briefly touched on SLT teaching. How did you start Hood Lessons?
Okay.
What made you say, okay, I've not gone on the road, I've not doubled back there. Actually, I want to reach back. I want to reach back and I want to bring some people with me. And actually, not only do I want to reach back and bring people with me, I want to change the culture. I want to change how people, them, how they view us.
That's it. And thanks for saying that, because that's where I want to sit. Well, that's where I am sitting.
That's where
I'm
you
trying
are.
to get.
That's where you are. I've seen it.
Yeah. So watch it, Trina, right? I'm gonna fly through this. Those that know, my name's Andrew Fuller. I had a men's grooming company. After all of that, I started a men's grooming company.
Grooming?
That's right. And I'm gonna say honestly, fact check me. There's a lot of bad companies out now. Trina, I'm telling you this for a fact. I'm the father.
You was the first bed company.
Not the first.
But you were
I think the second in London.
Right.
The first, I can give it to a brother called Aaron Wallace.
Right.
Right. He does a men's grooming package.
Right.
Big up to Aaron Wallace. Right.
Big up Aaron Wallace.
I saw what he was doing. I was already going to do my thing anyway. But I done my market research. I said, okay, this brother's doing he's deb out.
All right.
Done my thing. Trina, you know what I called it? And it flew from there. A Fuller Beard.
I like that.
Come on, Trina.
You and your wordplay. You and the wordplay.
So Andrew Fuller, A Fuller Beard.
Yeah.
So Trina, I was the brand ambassador. Long story short, we were flying. In the space of a month, took it to the road. Said, everyone, all right, where's your label? Bun the label. If it does what it says on the tin, I don't need a label. Christmas came, my little girl was born. I was at my lowest in my life, Trina. Lowest, Trina. No bread, no nothing. I said, you know what, Andrew? Find a plan, A Fuller Beard. I made 50 creams, Trina, 50 creams.
So you made them yourself?
I made them myself.
From scratch?
I done my chemist license thing.
No, you didn't.
You know, like the little girls on YouTube doing their natural hair. I researched them when they're making their little shea butter. I researched them, Trina, Then I made my own. Everyone's doing their beard oil and a beard balm. So I said, no one ain't doing their beard cream. So I researched why. I found out why. Because you have to know how to formulate that. To do a balm is easy. You get the beeswax, you melt it down,
and then
you put the oils in, vitamin E, all of them
and
things
then it solidifies
essential
again.
oils, it hardens. Easy. The beard oil, easy. Buy the oils, pour it in. But the cream though, Trina, you got to have a proper formulation for that.
Right.
So I researched that. I made 50 and I hit the roads. Put on Instagram, I said, A Fuller Beard on sale. £30 a pop. Trina,
what?
I'm telling you, Trina, yeah? How much people do you think messaged me in the next hour?
Remember,
I made 50.
Over 50.
You're going to think, no way. Trina, 50 people messaged me.
Straight away.
50, So I made 50. I'm thinking, I said, this is a sign. I went out in the car and I sold 50.
Straight away.
£30. Came back.
Pop.
This is me. Oh, okay, it's a bit of money here. Made another 50, Trina. Because there was more message when I came back. Next day, Christmas Day, went on the roads. We flew, Trina. Yeah? Office in the Shard, all of that. Everything, Trina, Head case barber. They got like 30 plus barbers around the world.
Yeah.
They're telling me, we want my product in your shop. But Trina, something went left. Very quickly, something went left. I'm not going to go into it, but something went left, Trina, man. One of my partners did me a bit nasty. The backlash, the aftermath, it kind of put me in a place of heartbreak, depression. Didn't want to do it no more, Trina.
Oh, no.
And I mean it. I was burnt because everybody knew it was flying. And when you get your friends that are like, just go and do it. They don't get that. When they ask you to just go and do it, it's worse. They think they're encouraging you, but they're really highlighting the fact that you stopped. They're not trying to highlight that, but I'm not going back to do it. So every time someone mentions go and do it, I get depressed. So Trina, I went, sat down, then something really mad happened, right? And I keep saying this, Trina, but the things that have that's transpired in my life, I can't even mention them on screen like that all the time. But just know, something again mad happened. And now, Trina, there's no home. Got my family, my little girl is my princess, and I'm known for having a big plan. And I'm known for having money. Not like proudly, but I'm known, Trina, for having a plan, executing it, and monetizing that.
Yeah.
But I'm at my lowest, Trina. Do you know that? My mentor now called my phone. And this is where we're starting with all this, Trina, said to me, listen to me, bro. Just get up and do what you love to do at heart. I'm thinking, what is this? What is this? I'm like, do you know what is this? I said, huh? Do you know what you've been called to do? You've been called to speak. You're a natural speaker. You're a leader. You're wise. You're knowledgeable. You love the youth. I think, what can I do? He said, be a mentor in a school. Trina, he said, £80 a day thing. I said, who's going to, imagine Trina, traveling around the world, right? Doing youth work.
Yeah.
And he's saying, I got to go in
a school.
Yeah.
£80 a day.
Trina, do you know that my first day, Trina, yeah? The principal gave me an application form and said, fill this out. Trina, do you know, remember, no GCSEs?
Yeah.
Trina, do you know, Trina, yeah? I got the pencil and I just filled it out, yeah? I gave it to him. He came back 10 minutes later and said to me, out of love, and this is my next mentor. So I've got two mentors, right? I'm going to call them out. Paul Chambers and Paul Boldo, right? These are my two mentors, right? That got me where I am, right? James was one of them as well. So he gave it back to me now and said this. He said, Mr. Fuller, this would never happen, but you need to do this again. Because if it was someone else,
they're just
you'd be out. Long story short, Trina, yeah, I climbed the ladder from behavior mentor.
Yeah.
They created 2 managerial positions after 2 years that had never been. So they don't exist because of me.
Yeah.
I wrote a book on behavior for the school. Remember, this is my mentor though.
Yeah.
My mentor's drugging me, he's teaching me. And he said, I'm gonna show you how powerful you can be. When I left the school, Trina, they were begging me to stay. I left as a manager. I was an SLT. I was influencing policy. I rewrote the behavior policy. All of these things. And I left and they prepped me to start hood lessons. Watch this, Trina. My first day of hood lessons, I received a contract that fed me for the whole year.
Wow.
Just one. And that's what mentorship does. These mentors took me from the bottom and just taught me, Trina, I have to take my hat off, pay my homage. I would not be where I am if it wasn't for these strategic juggernauts in the industry of education and business. So I'm giving a shout out, and I mean this. You see Paul Boldo and Paul Chambers, these are the men who were pivotal in making me who I am today. They showed me that I am not operational, that I'm strategic, that I'm a writer. Went back to school. I got my trauma reform specialist, qualification. Where the course directors, the organization that trained me, I now go back to train them in trauma reform practice. How does that even work? So I'm just taking my half again to say that my life started changing to this now. When I got mentorship. I needed people above me who's been there to show me, big man, you got energy, I can see you, but slow down, bro, slow down, like save it. So that's why I'm here today, Trina, man. And that's why I'm indebted to the streets. I'm not, before I die, Trina, I'm not, put it this way, young people ain't gonna go on the roads on my watch. It's not, hear me, it's not happening. If they know me, the roads are not winning with them. I've done that already. My boy Dylan, I did a podcast on Tuesday. He was on the roads. He got mentored by me. He was jugging in this ends, that end, knife this, knife that. He is now working for hood lessons. He got his first gig to go and train a children's home on Gangs and County Line. My aim is to get young people from the roads, train them, teach them, and give them a business or a company where they can help themselves, help their family, but give back. Because I've found out all of these youths, they have that spirit in them that they want to help. So that's my job, Trina, man. By hook or by crook, Hood Lessons is going to be a company that trains, teaches young people, especially, teaches them how to give back, but not missing, Trina, to find foundation for themselves. Teach them about their mortgage, finance, business, banking, cars, all of that. So that's what I'm doing for my young boy, Dylan. I'm going to make him a man because he's never had someone in his life to do that for him.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
So, Andrew, you take a trauma-informed approach to mentoring using psychology and neuroscience.
That's right.
How does that differ to normal, traditional mentoring?
Prime example, right? mentors are key. I got mentors, but they're not my therapeutic help.
Right.
They're meant to mentor me.
Yeah.
It could be in business, family, whatever it is, fatherhood. You get your specific mentors. So in a school setting, people consider mentors when, let's get technical. In school, you got attendance, you got behavior, right? You got teaching and learning, right? As you can imagine, you got teachers. They come to school to just get busy, do their thing, teach their class, whatever it is. If you've got 3 kids in their class that's causing trouble, they're gonna flag them, write down their behaviors. So now the behavior data for that name is just shooting up. You get your mentoring.
RSCs and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's it. They get referrals.
Yeah.
You bring in, for some local authorities, they've got companies like Axis, and these are the companies that come in and just help the child, meet the child, set smart targets. All of them things there. And that's not bad.
Smart targets are specific,
That's
measurable, achievable. R is results. Oh, what's the R?
What is the R?
Oh my gosh.
I don't even use smart targets.
Results based and tangible.
Something like that.
I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Do it in the comments.
Google it.
Yeah.
Google it. So
I forgot.
Most mentors, 100% will use smart targets for them. Just.
Oh, sorry. Realistic and time bound.
That's
sorry.
the one. That's the one.
Blank.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they just want to get it from A to B. Right. So we would call them behavior interventions as a mentor. So then the mentor will do an intervention, get the child from, let's say this is the class standard. If they've dropped here, the aim is get them here. Right. And then an intervention is not just for kids to get them back to the standard. Interventions are also to rise. Look at the kids that can do more. You do that for them too. My work is very different in that we ask not what the behavior. So mentors manage what the behavior. Comes onto their emails. Yep, bullying, talking in class, all of this stuff. Disruptive behavior. I'm going to focus on the behavior and help the child to overcome that. We know that it's deeper than the behavior.
Yeah.
Trauma-informed practice teaches staff members to see the child, see the pain, see the plight, and help the child to understand the pain and the plight. So therapeutic methods, it could be Santre, it could be creative writing, it could be journaling.
All right, break it down for us.
So
what is Santre?
Is a prime example, therapeutic method, where imagine you've got a Santre.
Okay.
You've got objects. There could be a family. You have a woman, a man, a child, a football, a toy, whatever it is. Maybe you've got the sand as well. You could have cutlery. You could have just different objects, and you just let the child just play.
Right.
Just let him or her just feel free to, interact with that method. And as trauma-informed practitioners, we would look at what they're creating, look at what they're making, ask key questions. So a prime example, we have like a model called the wine model. So you're not going to say, why are you late? Or what are you doing over there then? Or, they've gone through something mad treating. Think about it. You're just going to be like, so I said, like, okay, cool. Like, how did you feel? No, wine model is, I wonder how you're feeling today.
Yeah.
It's trauma-informed language now.
Right.
So wine, W, I wonder how you're feeling today.
Right.
For the I, they've gone through something a bit rough.
Right.
I could only imagine. That must have been hard for you.
Yeah.
See, it's not intrusive. It's not.
I like that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
For the N, I notice that you're creating a family. Is that, tell me why you done that.
Yeah.
And the E is empathy. So with just that trauma-informed approach right there, whole schools change. Trauma-informed language. Talk to them good. Talk to them better. I know they're wearing the wrong coat.
Yeah.
I wonder why you did that today.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a word or a conversation to get their backs up.
Yeah.
So what we do as professionals, we go into the school and we rarely work with the children, but if we do, we work with the roots. So prime example, gang problem. Right now I'm in a school working with some young people where there's 2 gangs in the school. We're not going there to talk about knives and guns and anti-guns and anti-knives. That's not the problem. That's where they are. That's where they've arrived at.
Yeah.
They've got to this location where they're in a gang now. What train got them there?
Yeah.
What bus took them there?
Yeah.
Who paid
What are
for
the
them to get
actual
on?
symptoms?
That's
What was
it.
the cause? What's the
That's it.
root of it?
That's the difference.
Yeah.
We look behind the behavior. And one of my major interventions is a terminology in neuroscience called neuroplasticity.
Right.
Neuroplasticity simply means moldable brain, right? So you have a subconscious mind from 1 to 7 years old. You are observing, right? Your brain is formed. If you've gone through hell, that's your normality. You're in survival mode.
Yeah,
when
all the
you come
time.
to school now, survival mode simply says to the brain, we're going to shut down all unnecessary functions.
Yes.
And just be there. So you don't have to really apply yourself.
Yeah.
Just don't give too much. Don't talk too much. You know, don't overdo it. So then that behavior could be disruptive. Oh, you're not taking your coat off. You're not got the right shoes on. But they've arrived at school.
So
right?
let's praise the win.
That's it. That's trauma-informed practice.
Yes.
So praising that win, Trina,
Yes.
now you've gone away from mentoring. That ain't just generic mentoring now. You've got to the specialist place where you're not looking at the behaviors. Work with the child to address the plight. The behaviors work themselves out. The reason why they behave that way, I promise you, so watch this. Like, I want to cry about it, but I can't cry about it because they've numbed themselves. Remember survival mode?
Yeah.
So they behave now.
Yeah.
You see? So what they really want to do is cry.
They cry, but they can't.
They can't cry.
Because it's not good to cry.
It's not good to cry because they've tried to cry at home.
Yeah.
They ain't got
nothing happened.
Think about it. They've got no trust in their family setting.
Yeah.
There's no primary caregivers.
Yeah.
So now they're at school, they've mastered how to hide their emotions. So we as the professionals can't just be like, yo, Billy, what go on? You good, sir? Yeah, man, I like your trainers. That's mentoring. It's good, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But you have to go a bit deeper. You can't just be the cool mentor that knows their name and that you're from the roads. You got to go a bit deeper. So you got to gain their trust, relationship building. So the first 3 weeks to 4 weeks of my interventions, we're not doing no change behavior. I'm just getting to know you. I'm coming to you humble, paying homage. I'm asking you to invite me into your circle, into your safe space. Once I'm into their safe space now, Trina, I can get busy because I rate fuller. Now we can start asking key questions, right? So the main thing, Trina, is neuroplasticity says the brain can change. Subconscious mind, there's a lot of mess going on there. All these memories, habits. So we teach them
to unprogram,
reprogram, unlearn and learn. They've got some habits. They've got some routines. All it is, Trina, we go into schools and we show the young people, these are your systems. You're in a gang, you're doing this, you're fighting, you're throwing chairs because your systems are these. We're going to show you that they don't work for you, but they're not going to leave you. We give them new systems. But people are going to ask, what's a system? Here's a system. When you come to school, check in with me because home is a mess. So trauma-informed practice, I go into school to train mentors. I'll tell the mentors, your mentoring program is not working because the child is numb. First step, forget your mentoring program. When they come into school, find a safe haven, a safe place for like half an hour and just give them an opportunity
to offload.
Yes. And that is their system. Every time I come to this, because I hate school, because I can't offload.
Yeah.
So create a system when that child comes to school. So now they're not coming to school, they're coming to offload. And then they're going to have school.
Yeah.
So that's why we think very strategically, we work strategically. So operation, how it goes, mentoring on the ground. Strategic is policy, data, structure, process, systems. So we go into schools now, work on the ground, but in SLT, what we do, Trina, teaching and learning, behavior, senior leadership, management, teaching staff, behavior, all of them things there. We write plans, structures to help them to become more trauma-informed in their language, their demeanor, their tone of voice, in their wording. So we go over the behavior policy. Why does it sound like that? You don't even sound happy. Rewrite that. Your wording's off.
Yeah.
You've got to use inviting writing. Make it a
engaging.
Relationship. Engaging.
Make it like it's spoken.
That's it. So that's the difference, man. Trauma-informed practice is flying right now. It's really big in the UK. So we're just privileged, honored to be one of the guys that are running with this thing full steam ahead.
And you're doing well.
We're trying.
I've seen clips.
Man.
Where you're speaking to the SLT.
Yes.
And I can see they're gripped in the conversation.
Yeah.
And you're yourself.
Yeah.
Authentically.
Have to be.
No code switching.
No.
You're just.
That's it.
Andrew Fuller.
That's it.
All day, every day.
Yeah, man.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, man.
What are some of the main struggles that you think young people are facing currently?
Social media.
Yeah.
Is a big one. It's got their mind. Serious youth violence. So they call it SYV. Trina, I'll be real with you, it's going to be a bomb dropper again. I don't believe in serious youth violence.
Right.
So serious youth violence, right, it's easy to just say, oh, the knife crime thing, knife crime, gun crime, guns. Let's go marching, let's go. Listen, Trina, serious youth violence is a problem.
A byproduct.
Because serious youth pain is not being addressed.
It's a byproduct of the pain.
That's it.
So we have to tackle.
And trauma-informed practice shows you that.
Yes.
This is why you have, in my opinion, if you're not trauma-informed, right, and you're working with young people, you shouldn't be working with young people. You shouldn't be. You're not even close. Because what they're displaying is a cry. Think about it. They want to cry. They're going through pain. But because they've been taught not to cry, they cry through their behavior. So knife crime is a problem.
It is.
But it's a fruit. If you want to pick an apple next week or next month, Trina,
you have to plant the seed.
Thank you.
The tree has to grow.
Thank you. So now you've got the apple tree. If you pick your apples for the day and they're all finished, Trina, are you upset? Why are you not going to be mad? Okay, are you going to say, uh-oh, I've picked all the apples now? You're not going to say that. It's an apple tree. It's going to grow again. It's going to grow again.
Next season.
Next season. Yeah. So serious youth violence is like that. We are trying to pick apples. So all of these, listen, I mean it. I mean this. Because people think that, you know, that we're against these amnesties against knives. Idris Elba, Farron Paul, listen.
Amazing.
They are doing an amazing job. Yeah. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Because we are people, it's the community throwing shade on what they're doing, but they know what they're doing and they've explained it. They've said it many times. They are doing a part.
I was going to say,
you know, it's
it's
know
not
that
one solution.
That's it.
There's not one solution.
They know that though.
Yeah.
That's why I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because they're doing a part of the work that I'm telling you, minimal brothers them are doing what Farron is doing right now. You see what that brother's doing right now? He's putting his life on the line on many occasions to eliminate the knives. Even if he's not going to get all of them, he's trying.
If he gets one or two. So he's saving someone.
It. But that work, coupled
with what you're doing,
what I'm doing, and what many others are doing, that's now where we have a community of organizations, individuals, you know, whatever you call them, we're working to fix it's like a piece. Everyone has a piece of the puzzle.
It's a piece of a puzzle.
That's it.
And it does the puzzle pieces don't work without each other.
That's it. But what we can say, what we do, that's the primary solution.
That is the beginning.
Yeah, that's the primary solution.
If you stop them there,
that's it.
Then we don't need to get there.
There you go. You don't.
Yeah.
But because we're behind,
we have to do both.
Them man there are forced to clean up. They shouldn't have to, but they are. And that's why I take my hat off to anyone who is on the ground, operationally, ridding the streets of knives. But knives aren't the problem, though.
Yeah.
Just to know that.
Yeah. It's the behavior.
It's the
mind. And the mindset.
That's it. Knives don't kill people, you know.
Yeah, people do.
People do. We know that. The gun thing, same thing.
Yeah.
It's not the gun that we should be scared of. It's the mindset of the people, them. You get the mind right. Remember it says the revolution won't be televised. That don't mean about no television. It simply means, right, the revolution starts in a place that you can't see. So think about it. It's not going to be televised. It's because it starts in the mind. That's what youth work has to become. We got to reform the minds of these young people to get them to believe in themselves. Once they start seeing themselves, Trina, as I'm a king, I'm a queen. Yo, can we do this run? How? Kings don't do that. The young youths don't know they're kings no more.
No.
Identity is the main problem. These youths are on anything, money, stab at you. Think about it. I know I'm going jail, Trina, but I don't mind too tough because I don't even know who I am. They ain't got no value. So we got to pour into them, Trina, you know. Show them, my brother, do you know your potential, Trina? I've seen young little stabbers cry in my arms, Trina. I got to look around because they say you're not allowed to get emotional with the kids. I've seen kids that are known for slashing and cutting and badding up youths cry in my arms, saying to me, my dad weren't there, my mum weren't there, and I'm there wiping their nose. And and they walk out on the road and they're Debo. Man, I shook at them. But when they're in my room, they know I'm your older.
Yeah.
I'm your, not forget your outside system. I'm sure systems. So when they're around me, my job is to teach them systems, man. Give them routines. Teach them how to know themselves, love themselves. You see?
I'm loving it.
Yeah, man.
I was going to ask you, can you give me a particular example of the impact
Trina.
that hood lessons have on maybe just one or two individuals?
Let me give you a big one, Trina.
Yeah.
I was working now, doing a program. The school had a gang problem again. There was 2 groups in the school. The staff members didn't know what to do. It was outlandish, very, very radical. But in order to make change, you sometimes have to rock the boat, Trina, man. Do you know what I mean? You can't always be politically correct. So what we said, Trina, you're going to even be like, Trina, we said, yeah, we are so confident in our relationship building methods and our system. Because we know every kid in this school that's on badness. They see us like dads and uncles and big brothers. So if we ask them to do something, they'll do it. Trina, guess what we did? We said, I'm going to run the gang intervention with both gangs.
Together?
In the same room.
The ops? Against the ops?
Yes. And people were like, no, safe.
I feel nervous.
Yeah.
I feel nervous.
That's it. I didn't. Do you know why, Trina?
Because you're built different. To be fair.
What's this, Trina? I'm going to give you a big joke, yeah? Think about it, Trina. They're all in survival mode when they're on the roads. What do we do? What do we provide for them when they come to us?
Safe space.
Safe space. So they are able to take off their armor.
So put down there.
They did that.
That's beautiful.
You know, in the room, yeah? When one brother was chatting, I could see the ops here were like looking. That's a good point, man. Yeah.
They don't want to agree, but
they know it's a good point.
It makes sense.
It's a good point. And what I would do bare times, right? I would play a couple of not my tunes, but I've got rappers out there, right? That I rate their music, and they're still outside. But you know when the bangers them got their rap tunes, but they got like the one token tune, come off the roads, like leave the badness. Like I would look for them ones.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be a banger though.
Yeah.
It can't be some conscious rap. It can't be no J. Cole. No.
No one don't want
I love you, J. Cole, but you're cool in here for the streets.
Yeah.
It needs to be a banger who has a 1-2 tune that is still calling drop the guns. Listen, I played it. All the kids, Trina, you know, they were blown away. When they were listening to the raps, they were like, we know this guy's outside, but he's telling us
put down
the things, so we're going to listen. Trina, after 6 weeks, Trina, yeah? There was still ops, but in the school, there was no beef.
That's beautiful.
In the corridor, they're walking past. I kid you not, one time we see them in the playground, and me and my boy were in the playground, like, look, bro, look over there. They're just chilling. So you know what we used to do? We used to get the ball. We're going to play keep it up. We're going to play keep it up with them, Jay.
Yeah.
Keep it up now, Trina, you know. And we're positioning the kids so that you're not mix up.
Yeah.
I'm strategically giving the ball to this brother, knowing that he's a sick baller. And because he is a sick baller, on the op side, there's another sick baller. He's going to give it to him.
Yes, not that.
And then they're popping, and then me and my boy are like, oh, you know, Pat ball, Trina.
Pat ball.
We
took it old school.
Pat ball.
What?
We have an intervention called Pat ball. Literally, the kids were like, what game are you going to show me with a tennis ball and a wall? I said, cool.
Oh, they don't know.
They don't know about no Pat ball.
Oh.
I got the same thing again. Brothers, them that are not pals. Because what the power of play does is this. Play is a trauma-informed acronym again, right? Not even. Let's use PACE first, right? The PACE model incorporates the play system. So PACE says this, P-A-C-E, play is for the P.
Right.
L, right? No, A is for acceptance.
Right.
Right? So think about it. before we play, I've got to work out the fact that all of you got to be acceptable amongst each other. You got to be accepting of each other before we play. You're playing now. You're all accepted by us. So we taught you how to be accepting of others because we accept you.
Yeah.
You got excluded. Your rap sheet's mad.
Yeah.
But we show love for you. We fight for them. So now they like, and we love you, you know, because you accept us.
Yeah.
Now go and squash it with the man them. Now C is curiosity. In this industry, you have to be curious. You got to keep your eyes open. You got to be on the ball. You can't miss a lick. So you got to be curious and watch the behavior change. You got to watch when they're making these changes. You got to watch when they're early to school now. You got to watch when they're leaving home. You know what I mean? You call up, Mum, did Billy come home today?
Yeah.
How, what? Billy's been going home? Curious.
Yeah.
Yo, sir, can I speak to Andrew Fuller, please? Hey, Mum, how's it going? Just letting you know, Billy spoke about your intervention last week. Thanks, Mum. I would never have known that Billy's making real change at home if I had never called up Mum. So as a practitioner, I'm curious. I call my young people.
Good.
And I call their parents because I want to check in with them. You understand? Now that's C, curiosity. E, same thing again, empathy. It's everywhere, the empathy, you know.
It's important.
Because that's like the ground. It's that's like the main ingredient.
100%.
See? Yeah, Treens, man. Literally. So that there, we squash that beef. And we take pride in that. When I tell these people, Trina, yeah, how am I letting 13-year-olds govern me? I'm 30, I'm not embarrassed, I'm 36.
Yes.
I am your older. I'm not even your old, I'm your older's older. Chill out, man. Come and go to your lesson. When they see us talking like, they're like, oh, Mr. Fuller, that's a bit rough. It's not rough, it's not rough. It's not rough. We got a loving relationship. They're like my sons now.
Yeah.
So when I see, hey, Bobby, get your lesson. Oh, sir, sorry. They would be like that with the staff members if the staff members take time out to get to know them. So we lean heavily, Trina, before we get into this science and neurology and psychology. That's our bag. People will tell you that. We take things deep, Trina. We read and we study, but it's not bigger than the relationship. So once the child rates me, Trina, man, they're gonna go
anything's possible.
And that's the trick, you know. I've just given them the trick, you know. Once that child rates your team, Trina, they will not change for you. They'll change because they see that you see their greatness. So my big statement in Hood Lessons is this. Hood Lessons' #1 statement. We don't make kids great. We show kids, we show young people that they are great. So my job is to show you, hey, do you see what you did there? Big man, you weren't on report this week. You didn't even clock. He's like, oh my days, I didn't get in trouble this week. Come on, man, it's minor. And now they start realizing it's a minor to win. It's not even a big thing. You're a winner already. Come on, man. And then they start changing Trina, you know? And that's what we love to do because I didn't have that, Trina, man. Didn't have that.
But you're out here giving that to numerous.
That's it. Numerous. Multiple schools,
multiple children, multiple businesses,
I mean? We are
multiple
providing work for
SLTs.
others now, Trina.
Yeah.
So my job right now is to now look for mentors that are ready. My things are, listen, I'm a ship master. My ship is not no fisherman boat. It's a big Titanic, but it's not going to sink.
Right.
So what I'm saying, Trina, is this. You can't jump on the ship if you're just kids like you.
Or you just want to make money.
We have a rigorous training program for staff that want to be in Hood Lessons. It's not easy. You're tested by the elites of them.
That is
and
it.
If you can't make it, if you can't even get past safeguarding alone,
just forget it.
Don't even think about it.
Just forget it.
If you mess up on safeguarding alone, you're done.
You're out of there.
That's it. Literally.
So that leads me to my next question.
Yes.
And it's looking ahead. What is in the future for Hood Lessons?
There's one thing that's in the future that I can't really talk about,
well, don't talk about that one.
A lot of people then bite my thing a lot of the times, Trina. So I can speak about the generic stuff.
Yes.
But what I can say, I'm going to put out something right now. And let me give you a joke. If someone bites this one, I don't mind. Because if someone gets there first, good. Because it's for the young people.
Yeah.
I'm going to organize a platform, Trina, and you're going to understand it. My prices aren't a joke. I'll be real with you. What I charge these local authorities in these schools is not...
They're supposed to pay. They need to pay.
That's it. But I know from my hood, from my community, on the roads, I've got mothers and fathers that they haven't got that bread like that. Because they're putting that bread to other things, which
essentials,
is needed. That's it. Them putting a £1 grand or a £5 bills or a £2 grand to their child's behaviour. Whoever envisioned that? So my hope, Trina, is one day I'm gonna have an online platform. I'm gonna run a 6-week program, right, online, and it's called the Zoom. You know, Zoom.
Yeah, play on words
Zoom
again.
100.
I like
so
that.
I want 100. I want to mentor 100 young people
via Zoom.
I
love it.
For free.
Oh,
that's right, man. You see that there,
I love that.
That's what I'm saying,
and
man.
that is about changing the culture, changing our community, and really being committed to it.
That's it.
That shows your commitment.
Don't pay a word. Don't pay a thing. So you come online at a specific time. Maybe it's a Sunday. Maybe it's a Monday evening at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock for 1 hour. And we're all gonna be on Zoom together. Just crashing on the young people, giving them motivation, love, affirmation, life skills, identity, neuroplasticity, big psychology, CBT, all of that. For free. Our young people deserve freeness.
Yes.
Because the trauma, they didn't
ask for it.
They didn't ask for the trauma, Trina, man. They didn't ask for it. Don't watch it, Trina. The trauma came to them for free. For free. They got traumatized for free.
And are still getting traumatized.
But they must pay to now get healed.
Imagine that. The audacity.
Trina, why I mentioned this service, because my heart is in that service. I want to give back for free. Because my mentors, they taught me for free as well. They taught me for free. And the Most High is amazing because he's covered my pocket. My pocket is always going to be covered.
Amen.
And I believe that my pocket is covered so that I can do things like this for free. A lot of people get money and they want to chase it more and more and more. When you chase the money, you'll never do things for free. I don't chase the money. I chase the people. If the people need healing, I'm going to do that. And the pocket will always get covered. That's a fact of life. So I mean it. Zoom 100 is launching in January.
How can I help?
In January. If you have a young person, Trina, right, in your circle, if you got sisters, brothers, whatever it is, friends around you, you might know that their children are struggling. And it's not even that they're struggling. They could be doing a great job, but their environment could be making attempts to deter them. Zoom 100 is not just for the gang members. It's not just for the young people that are really not in class. It's for every young person. It will upskill you, give you the skills that you need to elevate, not just like survive and exist, but elevate and thrive. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm hoping to launch in January via Hood Lessons platform. Yeah.
I love that. If there's any way that I can help, just holler me. If you want me to come, do any talks, anything like that. What is the one thing that you want our audience to know?
You know my thing, Trina. I've done videos this week saying the same thing. I say the same thing. Trina, you know my thing, Trina. I say the same thing all the time. I don't change it. It's the same thing again. You're going to be like I said it before. Trina, see your young people.
See them.
They're not, Trina, mark my words, yeah? They're not seen, man. The youths, them are not seen. That's it. Give them protected time. Parents, give your children protected time. You might not have an hour a day or 2 hours. You don't need 2 hours. If you give them a 10-minute of quality time, the quantity don't mean a thing. It's not, I ain't got the time. You don't need the time, you know. You need to just be available for your child. So I'm making my word for parents, Trina. For all parents out there, I mean it. See your children, give them time, and it will pay you back. I promise you. That's it. That's how you fix things, Trina. Mark my words. You can't fix the stuff like the symptoms. Leave the symptoms like the gangs. Don't worry about that. Just spend time with your kids, man. Take them away. Go park and chill. You know, go on the swings. Go Nando's. Just chill. Go for a walk. Ride a bike. That's how it gets fixed.
Let them come into your bed.
That's
hug
it. Secure,
them.
you know what, Trina?
Yeah.
Because secure attachment, the lack of secure attachment, the absence of secure attachment is the reason why we are in this mess. 100%. Our young people are attached to gangs, girls, guns, knives, boys, drugs.
Yeah.
And now when they get to the boiling point, want to take their life. Don't blame them.
And it's on the increase as well.
Yeah. How dare you want to kill yourself? Are you mad? Do you know what they've been? You see it, Trina? When people start to frown against the rise of suicides, well, I'm not saying it's right, but then they've had enough, Trina, man. They've never been seen. Imagine never being seen.
You know, when you said that, it reminded me when I was younger. It was like we were supposed to be seen and
bingo.
Yeah, not heard. But even though they said seen and not heard, we were actually not meant to be seen.
That's it.
I remember, like, if someone knocked the door, You got to go upstairs.
You're
like
running,
you're not
you're
supposed
scattering.
to know. No, there's no kids in the house.
That's it, man.
And it's so weird because as a parent, I actively I put them first.
That's right.
You know, even before I left the house today, my daughter jumped in my bed.
That's it, man.
Hugged up, talked, laughed a little bit. I mean, most of the time they laugh at me, but you know, they're comfortable enough to. Yes, yeah.
That's it.
No, thank you. Make sure that your children are seen.
Yeah, that's it, man.
It's very,
Listen to them.
very important.
Yeah.
Andrew, I could speak with you for another 2
We're gonna chop it up though again, though, Trina. Come on, man.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to come on your platform at some point.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we started a little Instagram thing. We're not big like you yet, but we're gonna start on Instagram Live.
We're gonna work it. You know where you can get the studio now?
Yeah, of course, man.
You know, there were connections there.
That's right.
But yeah, so one thing that I do with all my guests is that I ask them a question.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go on to my NGL. I know my followers, they're not thinking that their question is coming on the show.
Yeah.
So let's see. No, let me not give you that one actually. Let me not give you that one. All right. Advice for when you've been with a partner for a bit, but something's not giving to the point where you're considering looking outside again. What should you do?
You're never going to find a bigger answer to this.
Go on.
I promise you. It was worded so deep that the answer that I'm going to give is going to blow that reader away, or the person that asked the question. Your problem is you keep looking outside. You've never looked inside.
Oh.
So that's actually from a book. I don't remember the book. I'm going to give it to you on another show. Give it to them. Pull it up on your socials, right? When you look outside, you dream. When you look inside, you awake.
Oh.
So you will always find the same type of person if your sat-nav is programmed for that destination.
Oh.
So you have to reprogram. That happens internal. So looking inside, you're looking at it's never the person you're with, you know. If he's moving a mad way or it's not them, because you chose them in their ways. Why you chose them is the problem. What made you latch onto that? So I'm helping that person on a real talk back to trauma-informed approaches.
Yes.
Trina, just plug in,
plug
me, you know, the consultant, man. Because you got to look inside.
Yeah.
That's where you find the answers
to
revive and wake up and make the right decisions. Because I've been there. That's it. What do you mean? I've been there. I'm not, Trina, forget what I just said. I'm telling that person, I've been there.
Yeah.
It's never external.
It's always.
It's always, not sometimes, it is always internal. I say it again. You only dream when you look outside. Remember she said it. Or shall I go outside and look again? What do you mean look? For the mere fact, you shouldn't be looking nowhere. For the mere fact that you've made an L, so you're basically saying, I am in an L.
Yeah.
I'm in a loss right now. Oh, let me go. No, don't look again. You're going to bust your head again.
Stop.
You're going to chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Look inside.
Look inside.
Look inside. That's it.
Thank you.
Manners, man.
When you send your NGLs in, I'll get them and I'll ask my guests. Thank you.
Come on, don't mention it, Trina, man.
So it's a thing that I've started on this season. I asked my previous guests to ask my follow-up guest a question.
Wait, look, I like that, Trina, man. I like that. You see me, yeah? I will say I'm going to teeth it.
You're going to teeth it.
I'm going to have to teeth that one still. But I'm honest. That's a good idea, you know. All right. The ideal first date, yeah. People are going to be like, huh? Listen, man. I mean this and I mean this, man. Ideal first date. I want to, if you have children, people are going to say, really? Like, I want to just be somewhere, right? Where there's nothing. No restaurant, no cinema, no, nothing flamboyant,
fancy.
nothing fancy. Because if we get to that together place, that's for the niceties. First date is for learning. And and understanding. So first date for me, from learning from all my years, man them will hide who they are based on taking you to the most flamboyant place where you're so gassed up at the decor. You're so gassed at the decor, you're not even
taking a picture.
you're with a dog. You can't hear roof, roof. You can't even hear the roof. You can't hear it because the Hakkasan and the sexy fish is
all that are.
But when you're in the park,
or by
and you're
the
just sitting on
Thames.
the bench,
Yes.
it's just you and me. Yes, look into my eyes. Yes. There's no toilet to go to either. There's no toilet.
Nowhere to hide.
There's none of that. There's no getting mad at the chef or the waiter for being late. There's none of this awkward moments of eating. Just be yourself, man. I really mean it, Trina, man. That's an ideal first date because you're not going to have a first date if you're not trying to bring that further. So it's got to be intentional and strategic, and that'll be my advice for someone else.
Yeah.
First date, go to your park, man. Chill on that bench. Go to the Thames. Man. I suggest Chelsea Bridge is kind of nice.
It's a vibe.
The little vibe down there.
It's nice. I can't lie to you. It's kind of nice. I walked down there myself.
Man. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to wrap up and then I'm going to give you your question.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andrew Fuller. I need to get some of the beard oil for cream for my son.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's starting to get a beard now.
I don't do it no more.
You're going to have to make a special batch. Okay,
I'm relaunching it.
I need a special batch for my son.
Don't worry.
But it's been an absolute pleasure to have you today. I got so much more than I thought that I'd get.
It's been an honor.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for the work that you're doing in the community. Thank you for giving me your very expensive time for free.
Got you, man. Come on, man.
And yeah, that has been Honestly Speaking with Andrew Fuller. Actually, tell them where they can find you.
Yep. So www.hoodlessons.co.uk, Instagram, this is Andrew Fuller, and Instagram, Hood Lessons also. TikTok, same again, Hood Lessons. And yeah, man,
That is it.
Tune in.
Please follow Andrew. I have been Trina on Honestly Speaking, season 2, and I'm very grateful. Check out the next episode on Sunday. Thank you.